I'm trying to get back into my habit of using video to communicate. I was a little lax about it earlier this week, and I really apologize. And as you can see, I fell back on my vast library of videos recorded for previous semesters and mods, and because one, I didn't get a chance to do what I wanted to do, and number two, a lot of the stuff really, at least when it talks about the content but not the context of what we're talking about, is really just very consistent, of course, and as it should be. But as I just said, the content doesn't really change, but the context does, and because, as we know, the world of sport and world of sport business changes pretty much day to day. And I really want to thank you for you jumping on the Colin Kaepernick thing. But that's an example of something that came up this week. It just popped out of the blue. I am not that big an observer or not have the insider knowledge to know that was coming, but when it hit, I thought it was something we really needed to talk about. Not because of the social significance, but because of the business significance. I mean, yeah, the social significance and the political issues are real, but it's a business decision for Nike, and it's a business decision for the NFL when they air the commercial, and it's really an interesting thing. And I honestly don't have a fully formed opinion on it yet. I don't think it's that bold for Nike, to be honest with you, because certainly Nike doesn't need brand awareness. We all know about Nike. It's not like they're just trying a new company trying to make a splash. And Nike has a history of taking some interesting positions on issues. If you go all the way back in their history, and showing my age, I was around when Nike was a brand new company. So and kind of watching what they did, and a little bit followed them for through years. So let's just keep an eye out and see how this plays out before we make any real conclusions about it. But I think it's an interesting one, and it shows you how sport sometimes intersects differently with the business of sport, with whatever else is going on in the world. With that being said, I just want to make sure we don't lose sight of the two original questions this week about profitability and how do teams make their money and how do leagues get involved. The questions are a little bit, I've been accused in the past of making them trick questions. They're not trick questions, but they are tricky. And I really want you to think about, when you've looked at the material we have about how franchises operate, how teams earn their money, how leagues operate, and things like that. We're going to be depending quite a bit on that knowledge to answer the questions. So feel free to ask me questions. Make sure you discuss it amongst yourselves, but that's the background of this week. I will try to get back in business on the regular videos on Sunday evening. This Saturday, tomorrow, I will be away all day. It's one free Saturday I have from coaching, and so I'm going to take the opportunity to go to a college football game, and then Sunday it's right back into the coaching world, women's tennis at Queens College. So I really hope we can get this really rolling with this mechanism, and it works for me. I hope it works for you, and I think with the group we've got, the small group of us, we can do a lot with this course. Okay, thanks very much.